So today, let's clean my pool, and today we're gonna look at a couple different robots. This specific video is gonna be on this guy over here. This is WYBOT's C2. Now last year, I did a video set on the C1, so I'm actually really interested to see the differences in all the upgrades they've done on the C2. A future video, also I'm going to be filming today, is going to be on the WYBOT F1. So if you're interested in surface cleaning of your pool, you might want to check this video out as well. I will have a link in the description as well as at the end of the video. So if you want to check out this guy as well, I will have that. Also, I'm going to eventually have full reviews on both these guys, also in separate videos, which I will also link in the description and such below. So without further ado, let's get this guy out of the box. Okay folks, welcome back to GeekSmart, and like I said, today we are unboxing, setting up, and then of course first using this guy as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tape on this guy. We wanna get this guy out of the box, see everything that comes with it, and get it all set up to go outside. My pool definitely has some debris on the bottom of it, so I'm really looking forward to testing this guy out. Let's set this over here and go by one. All right, so we have some Velcro pieces here. Find out what that's for. We do have kind of a quick start guide to go through everything. Oh, this guy has a filter. Interesting. That's going to definitely help getting more of the micro pieces off the bottom as well as in the water, filtering them through. We do have some kind of floating device, so this probably gives a little bit more float. Does have some 3M tape back here to stick it on. So yeah, we'll check out that. We do have a pool hook, so this will go on a standard pool pole. White box here should be the power, I would assume. There we go. So there's our power adapter for this guy. Set that over here. And then last but not least, there's on the front. All right. There is one more thing in the box I saw as I was tossing it down there. There we go. It's kind of jammed down in there. There's the owner's manual and some, looks like 4 additional spongy floats. And so these are going to be for tuning things up, I would assume. Let me get this out. We'll go through this stuff and then we'll get this thing charging so we can actually get out there and actually test it out. So yeah, first things first, actually in this black floaty rubber material, literally says right on the card here, if basically it comes down to your pool material. If the robot has a hard time climbing the walls of your pool because maybe the actual material itself is too slippery and it's not doing very well at actually climbing it, this essentially is going to increase the flotation. And so in the manual, it actually goes through floating assembly of the floating blocks. And then this could also be used in that specific case. And then just like that other flotation device, these are the extra 4. You can see that there's 4 additional pieces of foam. These can also be used within the robot itself to increase flotation. So should we need it, I'm not going to go with any of it for now. We do have the manual, and the manual does go through everything on the bot, including getting this connected to your, if you want to download the WYBOT app. You don't have to, but you can. Of course, you do have the pool hook. And then lastly is this filter right here. So turbo floor mode only, actually says right on it, which makes sense because if you're going to put this filter in there and you're going to have the robot try to climb a wall, it's going to, if this clogs up, if you have a really dirty pool or a lot of scum in there, this will clog up. And then of course the amount of push that's going to come out of the top of this robot is not going to keep it on the wall very well to climb it. So this is designed to really get the micro stuff off the bottom. So if you're going to use this filter, make sure you're using it on turbo floor mode only. So just so you're aware. Let's take a peek at the basket. And so we have a little door here. Boom. Okay. We can lift the basket out, and then there, actually right there, that's where this filter goes. So should you want to use the filter, you have to put this in first. Look at that, and then it easily pops out. So this is just, it's the last defense. Anything that gets through this guy is going to basically get clogged up in this guy. I actually kind of like that. The filter is the last resort rather than the first resort. On some other robots that have a micro filter, they usually go in the basket. So I actually kind of like this after the basket item. Now before we actually use this, we do want to make sure that we remove the silica gel packets that are in here from shipping, so that way we know we're good. I'm not going to use this microfilter on this first go, because I really want to see how it does as standard without the extra filter. So we're gonna leave it like that. But that said, we're gonna get this thing charged up first, because that's the very first thing we have to do. Right here, we unscrew this top, and we're given the plug-in. So I do have power cord here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing plugged into the wall. Okay, so got this guy plugged in. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in here. Let's see what happens. And we have some lights here on the front. Oh, I kind of like that. That's nice. It actually gives you a power meter, essentially. We're pretty close to 50%, probably just under 50% of the battery. So we got to let this guy charge up. And of course, while it's charging up, I'll get other things ready. I did only show what the bottom of this guy looks like. The cleaning brush head on this is really big. And of course, everything's gonna go back here, and this is gonna be the intake where everything is gonna come in. And that's gonna go everything through the filter, and then it's going to leave the unit up here, but there also is some exhaust ports right back here as well. So you can kind of see that, but most of it's going to be shooting out the top from the impeller that's in the top. So, all right, I'm gonna let this charge, be back soon. Okay, so while this is charging, we should be able to still get this connected to the app through Wi-Fi. So I have this charging still, but we're gonna go ahead and get this guy set up while we're at it. So WYBOT has an app. I did pull this from the QR code that's on the quick start guide. I'm gonna hit open on the app, and it goes right into my WYBOT account. Now, I already have a WYBOT because I did the C1 robot last year. Now we're gonna add the C2 into this now. So I'm gonna hit the big plus icon on here, and look at that, there's the C2. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that guy and add device. It's gonna go into the swimming pool. I'm gonna click on that, hit confirm. And now, connected via Bluetooth to the C2. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the C2. We're gonna take a peek at some of the stuff that you can actually do in here. So we can change the type of cleaning mode. Floor, 2H, wall, wall and floor, standard full pool, waterline, turbo floor 1H, and eco floor 3H. So if we're gonna use that filter in there, we have to make sure we use turbo floor 1H. And of course right now, oh, look at that. You can actually see we're at 63% battery. But it looks like 2H is a little bit less power, 3H a little bit less power yet, but of course it's gonna go longer. So more than anything, you're gonna probably wanna base this on how dirty your pool is. Now in this case, we're gonna do walls then floor, because I wanna see how this actually goes up the walls first anyway, and then it'll actually just let it do the thing, which is obviously the default anyway. Cycle timer, we can actually, let's go in there. Clean twice, oh look at that. So of course, battery life of 120 minutes. It's going to be based on the size of your pool and anything. So I'm going to go ahead back there. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to, on the top right, I'm going to hit this down arrow. Okay, so you can change what, if there's a different pool or whatever you're cleaning or whatever it is. Let's check with firmware. Let's see if there is any. Upgrade. Preparation required. Please remove the robot from the pool and power it on before upgrading. Got it. And since we're plugged in, we have plenty of power. So please stay near the robot. I'm just going to give this a few moments, and I will be back. Okay, as you can see there, it said update complete, and now it's back into connected and online via Bluetooth. Still charging, it's 63% still. So essentially we're set up, we're ready to go in the pool, of course, as soon as it actually is fully charged. One other thing I did want to bring up, let me grab that real quick. So if you were using that, what they call the HEPA filter, these are two little filter pads that go to the exhaust on the back of the robot. So actually where they go for those outlets is on the inside of the pool robot down there. So it goes on the inside of these outlets. And so once you place them on there, you can take these on and off because, well, they're Velcroed. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on there to start. And there we go. Get the other one real quick. I'll show you what this looks like. So now as you can see, we have these adhesive filters that are on here, but when we're not using that filter medium, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. I can take this off, and you can see that the full vent is still available. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these off because we're not doing the HEPA filter or the full micro filter on the unit. So there we go. I have them pulled off in my hand here, and I can keep these with the other filter. Okay, so here I am. I'm at my 20-foot by 4-foot deep pool, and we're gonna put the C2 to work, because if you can see behind me, there's actually a decent amount of leaf litter. It's kind of a small amounts kind of scattered throughout, but definitely in the center of the pool. The pump has not run for a little bit, so right now we're nice calm water. So that said, I'm gonna go ahead and push the power button, which is right here. Turn that on. I already had it set up in the app to go its smart route. And let's bring the camera in here. All the way to the bottom. All right, let's get a little different angle. So right now it's actually going through that middle section where all that leaf litter is. Now, of course, we're doing this without that extra filter, but this should be going to the far side and starting to go up the wall, I would think. All right, well, looks like it's gonna do just fine without any extra flotation. Looks like it's doing the walls just fine in my pool. And this is just an Intex above ground pool, so nothing fancy. Let's see what she does. So she kind of went down part of the wall and then came back up. Scrubbing that water line good. That's for darn sure. Well, that was unique. Oh, it's coming over this way further now. Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be having any issues coming up the wall at all. Now, I'm not going to film this whole setup the whole time it's doing the walls and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and let it do its thing. But I will come back periodically to check in on it and see if, yeah, what it's doing and where it's at. So right now it's just working on the walls as obviously we slated it to do walls first anyway. Let it do its thing. Okay, so we're about 45 minutes in, and it appears as though the robot is done doing the sides, so now it is working on the bottom. So if I zoom out here as much as I can here, we still have quite a bit of debris on the bottom. We don't have the centralized piece anymore. That's kind of basically gone, but I still have the stuff around, and I'm sure some of that was moved from the middle. But now it's just about letting it do its thing. See how well it does on the bottom. So I'm just gonna let it keep going, and then we'll be back. Hopefully the sun will still be up by the time she's mostly done, so I can get a decent video shot, but let her go. Okay, so it is still going. It has been going for just under 2 hours now. It is not done yet, but the pool looks really clean. There are a few scattered leaves, maybe 4 that I see. But again, it's not done. It's still going. So it actually technically can get more yet. So I'm very impressed. It looks really clean on the bottom. You know, I'm not expecting it to get every single leaf, and because it rarely do you ever get every single one, especially when you have a load of them like I had. But I'm impressed. And it's still going. Looks like it's got plenty of power left. Yeah, I might kick it out a little early just because we are running out of light. But yeah, 2 hours. That's what it did in 2 hours. Okay, I got my pole here. There we go. Just trying to figure out exactly where I need to pull from. I'm gonna get my phone out and figure out exactly how much battery is left on it. She still has 29% battery left. That's pretty awesome. All right, I'm gonna kick her off here. Okay, before it gets too dark, let's see what we got in our wonderful capturing device. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Tons of goodies. Looks good in here. So yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff in there. Pretty awesome. I'm gonna rinse this off quick. Nice and clean. Okay, so that is unboxing, setup, and first use of the WYBOT C2. Now, from the get-go, I'm very impressed. Now, of course, whenever you have a lot of debris on the bottom of the pool, typically I prefer, specifically with battery-operated robots, focus on the bottom. Don't worry about the walls, get the bottom clean, because that's where the most of it is. And when you don't have a heavily soiled pool, then do the whole thing. So right now, I'm very impressed so far. Of course, time will tell. I'll do more cleanings with it. I'll figure out exactly what I like, what I don't like. But I will say that it seems like a nice improvement over the C1 that I had last year. So WYBOT, great job on this one. If you're interested in this guy, I will have a full review after I have time with it. But if you're also interested, today as well, I also did the F1 solar powered skimming robot as well, kind of intermixed with this guy. So I'm gonna get this guy back up to the house, get it recharged for tomorrow, because I'm sure by tomorrow morning, I'll have more leaves in the bottom of the pool that I'll have to get out. That's the trouble with this time of year. As we go into fall, this guy is gonna be a workhorse to keep this thing clean until it's time to, well, take it down. Thank you for watching the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and hope we'll catch you back here on GeekSmart for another future video. Setup, install, whichever. But also check me out on TechGooch for any of my review videos. Thanks for watching. WYBOT, good job. See you again soon.